Welcome back, everyone. This week is packed with fresh releases you won't want to miss. From thrilling new movies to binge-worthy TV shows that'll keep you glued to the screen. Whether you're in the mood for heart-pounding action, gripping drama, or a dose of mystery, there's something for every kind of viewer. So, grab your popcorn and get ready as we count down 11 of the best new movies and TV shows released this week that deserve a spot on your watch list. Let's dive right in. Number 11. Death by Lightning. This limited series dramatizes the extraordinary and largely forgotten true story of James A. Garfield, the 20th President of the United States, whose short and tumultuous tenure was marked by political reform and personal struggle. It also follows Charles J. Guiteau, once a fervent admirer of Garfield who ultimately becomes his assassin, charting the deepening obsession, betrayal, and delusion that culminated in one of America's most dramatic assassinations. The show places this personal tragedy within the larger context of a nation at a crossroads, grappling with corruption, civil service reform, and the transition into a modern era. With a cast of powerful political figures and a backdrop of Washington, D.C. in the 1880s, the series explores the collision of ambition, ideology, and fatal consequence. It's built on the book Destiny of the Republic, a tale of madness, medicine, and the murder of a president, and shaped by a creative team that brings historical spectacle and nuanced character drama to this pivotal moment. Number 10. The Vince Staples Show Season 2. Season 2 of The Vince Staples Show picks up in the wake of tragedy, with Vince grappling with the death of his Uncle James and seeking a sense of inner peace. He embarks on a road trip alongside his mother Anita and sister Bree, but the journey is haunted by unresolved conflicts from his past, especially a violent encounter with a childhood rival that continues to cast a long shadow. The tone remains a blend of satire, surrealism, and dark comedy, balancing absurd setups with emotional weight as Vince attempts to process grief, identity, and the burdens of fame. The series often uses deadpan humor and unexpected pivots to dramatize internal struggles, all while Vince finds himself feeling out of place in his own life. Even though the show leans into absurdity, it doesn't shy away from meaningful moments of vulnerability, making Season 2 feel like both a continuation and deepening of its original premise. 6 new episodes are expected. Number 9. All Her Fault. All Her Fault is a tense thriller following Marissa Irvine, played by Sarah Snook, whose world unravels when she arrives to pick up her son from a playdate, only to find the woman at the door doesn't know him. What begins as a mother's worst nightmare spirals into a dark mystery filled with secrets, lies, and betrayals among a seemingly perfect suburban community. As police investigate and paranoia spreads, Marissa must uncover who she can truly trust before it's too late. Blending emotional depth with psychological suspense, the series explores motherhood, privilege, and the hidden cracks beneath polished lives. All Her Fault premieres November 6th, 2025 and will stream exclusively on Peacock. Number 8. Robin Hood. The upcoming Robin Hood series on MGM Plus reimagines the legendary outlaw story after the Norman conquest, following Rob, a Saxon forester's son who becomes a rebel leader fighting against oppression. Alongside him is Marion, the daughter of a Norman lord, who navigates the royal court's corruption and secretly joins Rob's cause. Their growing romance and shared fight for justice drive the heart of this gritty yet emotional retelling. Blending historical realism with modern energy, the 10-episode series offers both thrilling adventure and heartfelt drama. Robin Hood premieres November 2nd, 2025, and will be available to stream exclusively on MGM+. Number 7. Number 2. Power Book 4, Force, Season 3. Season 3 of Power Book 4, Force continues Tommy Egan's, Joseph Sikora, quest to dominate Chicago's drug scene. Facing mounting pressure from rival factions, including Miguel's crew and the Marquez cartel, Tommy must navigate complex alliances and betrayals. His relationship with business partner Diamond, Isaac Keys, becomes strained, and tensions rise with Diamond's brother, Jannard, Christy Lofton. As the stakes escalate, Tommy strives to protect those he loves, including Mireya, Carmela Zumbedo, while asserting his dominance in the city's underworld. The season promises intense confrontations and strategic maneuvers as Tommy battles to solidify his position as Kingpin. You can watch Power Book 4, Force Season 3, exclusively on Number 6. Pluribus. The series Pluribus is a sci-fi drama where the world has been overtaken by an unexplained phenomenon that renders people endlessly cheerful and compliant, except for one person, an author named Carol, who remains immune to the contagion of happiness. She becomes the lone outlier and the linchpin of resistance as she's thrust into a surreal battle to save the world from happiness, even though she'd rather just be left alone. The story unfolds in a bizarre dystopian setting, blending dark humor with existential dread as Carol confronts the cost of resistance, identity, and unwilling heroism. The series explores themes of autonomy, conformity, and what it truly means to be unhappy in a world that demands perpetual smiles. With the involvement of executive producer and creator Vince Gilligan and lead actor Rhea Seehorn, the show promises a stylish take on isolation amid mass euphoria. Plaribus is slated to premiere on the 7th of November 2025, and viewers can watch it exclusively on the streaming service Apple TV+. The movie starting our movie list is Tyler Perry Finding Joy. The film Tyler Perry's Finding Joy follows Joy, Shannon Thornton, a talented but overlooked New York fashion designer whose ambitions are repeatedly sidelined by her boss's theft of her work. In hopes of a fresh start, and maybe a romantic leap, Joy accompanies her crush to Colorado for what should be a festive holiday getaway. But the trip derails when a shocking revelation leaves her stranded in a snowstorm, turning her dream escape into a chilling ordeal. At her lowest point, she crosses paths with Ridge, Tosin Motohunfola, a rugged stranger whose mysterious past and quiet resilience help her see life and love from a new angle. As Joy rebuilds her confidence and redefines what matters, the film blends romantic comedy and self-discovery in a wintry setting that forces her to choose between the familiar and the brave. Ultimately, the story asks, when life doesn't go as planned, can the pain of failure lead you to something better? You can watch Tyler Perry's Finding Joy exclusively on Amazon Prime Video. Number 3. Black Phone 2. Black Phone 2 plunges into the supernatural horror 4 years after the terrifying events of the first film. We're reunited with the Black Phone protagonist, Finney Blake, now 17, and grappling with the psychological fallout of his survival. Meanwhile, his younger sister Gwen starts receiving eerie, dream-haunting phone calls that depict a trio of boys being stalked at a church youth camp in the snow-covered wilderness. As the masked killer known as the Grabber returns, even from beyond the grave, Finney and Gwen must confront not only their trauma, but the dark, otherworldly forces tied to their family's past. The film mixes gory, relentless horror with emotional depth, exploring healing, faith, and vengeance amid an escalating nightmare. For now, Black Phone 2 is available for digital rental and purchase on platforms like Amazon Prime Video and Apple TV, and is expected to hit streaming services such as Peacock in due course. TV number 2. The Smashing Machine. The Smashing Machine is a gritty 2025 biographical drama that follows legendary MMA fighter Mark Kerr, portrayed by Dwayne Johnson, as he rises from wrestling dominance into the violent, unpolished world of early UFC competition. The film captures Kerr's physical might and ferocity in the ring, while also digging into his growing reliance on painkillers to endure the continual damage to his body. As his public triumphs mount, Kerr's personal life begins to crack, especially in his relationship with his girlfriend Dawn, played by Emily Blunt, whose support becomes entangled with his self-destructive habits. The story explores the brutal cost of greatness, and the way fame and adrenaline masquerade as purpose, even when the fighter himself begins to question what he's really fighting for. Director Benny Safdie uses a mix of stylized realism and raw emotion to show that the most vicious battles often happen away from the ring. Ultimately, the film poses the question, when victory comes at the price of everything you love and respect, is it still worth winning? You can watch The Smashing Machine via digital purchase or rental on platforms such as Amazon Prime Video and Apple. Number 1. Frankenstein. Frankenstein follows Dr. Victor Frankenstein, Oscar Isaac, a brilliant but obsessed scientist who defies natural order by reanimating a being made from human parts, only to see his experiment spiral into horror. The creature, Jacob Elordi, pieced together from disparate bodies, awakens with both innocence and rage, begging to understand its place in a world that shuns it. Their relationship becomes a dark mirror, creator and creation bound by suffering, misunderstanding, and grief. As Victor's ambition unravels, past sins, tragic loss, and moral questions about life's sanctity come to the fore. Guillermo del Toro's vision reframes the myth with emotional weight, gothic beauty, and existential dread. The consequences of playing God echo loudly in a world that demands consequences for hubris. You'll be able to watch Frankenstein exclusively on Netflix beginning November 7th, 2025, following a limited theatrical release starting October 17th.